Gamers, I'm once again apologizing for having the most inconsistent release schedule of all time. But that being said, I have a very interesting thing to bring to you guys today, and typically these don't do that well, so hopefully you guys like, subscribe, and all that. Get the video out there. But there's a new gacha game on the market. Now, this is not gonna change anything for my plans in terms of the channel, of course, right? But there is, in fact, a new gacha game. Let me actually show the screen called Neverness to Everness. Now, I just want to put it out there. This is one of the worst names I've ever heard for any game. It is terrible, and there's a reason why the name is terrible, and I'll get into that after we actually react to the trailer. Let's just react to it before we look at more stuff related to it. I'm sure there's people talking about it. You can probably see it in the sidebar there, but yeah, let's give this a shot. Right, let's see what the trailer's all about. Let me make sure it's in 1080p. Yep, there we go.
The pay for this contract just doubled again. Whoa! The target should be nearby. Let's wrap this up.
It's giving me vibes of other games, I'll tell you that right now.
Gotcha!
Also, that just looks like a VTuber. It looks like Neverness, dude. It's honestly like shameless. I'll explain what I mean in a
It's
minute.
heading your way. Okay, Tugito, step aside. Hiromaru, it's feeding time. Oh, we gotta meet the rush fee quota for this thing the BAC wanted. As long as nothing goes wrong. Something went wrong. What the
It sounds like
heck
the
is
same
that?
VAs as the other big gachas. I could be wrong. It does sound like it.
It's all yours. Got it.
Also, that character looks a lot like Serval.
Don't forget the rush fee!
The debriefing starts in 5 minutes. You three better have a good explanation.
For a second I thought that was supposed to be like the animation, but no, it's just a trailer thing.
Don't forget the rush fee.
More VTuber core designs.
Meddle all you want. Count me out.
How about we work off some calories?
Bro, I don't...
Hiromaru?
Look, all I'm thinking of is other games, and there's a very valid reason for it.
Everything with form is unreal.
Dude, the... Okay, I'll explain it once it's done.
Watch out, don't blink! Let's finish this.
The... It's actually insane. It's actually insane. It's getting worse. You see, I want to go into this neutral, but what I'm seeing is actively getting worse.
You can go now.
I will say credit to where credit's due. Again, urban cities, they're not always done the best, and this looks pretty solid, so I hope they at least commit, especially because in this game it looks like you can go indoors with these buildings, so there's actually a lot of hope there. A lot of potential. Now, yeah, okay, time to talk about my issues with this, and there's a lot of issues. I will say 100%, the name is one of the worst names I've heard for any video game ever. Neverness to Everness. What the fuck? Just flat out. But then secondly, the main reason my concern is you've probably seen on the sidebar here. It's made by the same people who made Tower of Fantasy, which we all know is a terrible game. Now, this does not bode well for this game whatsoever. Tower Fantasy was a like historic flop, and yeah, I don't being by the fact that it's made by the same developers, I have like zero hope whatsoever because Tower Fantasy had made so many decisions that were just completely terrible about its game, and I am really, really questioning whether they can actually develop a decent product here. Like legitimately, it was just bad fundamentally. There's so many issues with it. And some of those issues look like they're going to persist in this game. So the main thing that there's a couple main things. One, the visuals. You can't see it in here, which is why I'm going to pull up various gameplay from like this channel here that I saw actually before the trailer, because apparently this released like at the same time the trailer came out. But visually, it does not look that impressive. It reminds me of Honkai Impact 3rd Part 1, and if anybody knows Honkai Impact 3rd, it's not that visually impressive. But at the same time, this does kind of remind me of updated visuals for Tower Fantasy. Character designs, I will say, personally, I don't like, well, that's not true. I actually do kind of like this cat VTuber here. It just looks like Nanners, though. So, like, they're okay, but these characters, they don't tell me anything about the game, nor do I think they're really that good. I don't think any of these designs are, like, really good. They feel very, copy and paste, and to be fair, a lot of this feels copy and paste. Like, this, so, first off, this just looks like the Zenless Zone Zero Street Corner, but besides that, the old animations as well for the combat. Wait. Bro, why do these games keep... Okay, well, first off, I could literally load up Zenless right now, and we'd get the same exact shit, but it's worse in this regard. Why do these games keep copying the same UI as Hoyoverse? All of these games keep copying the same UI as Hoyoverse. Why? Like, can we please get some better looking UI? You're copying it and somehow making it worse, which is just insane. But again, there's so many problems here. So, first off, again, apart from the same UI, the visual's not looking that good. There is one cool thing: you can actually go inside some of the buildings. I hope that is expanded upon because that's things that are lacking in these games. But the animations look exactly the same as like 2B from Nier Automata, the dodge, right? The dodge animation, for whatever reason, all these games copy the exact same dodge animation as 2B from Nier. And I don't know if it's gonna show in here. Oh, yeah. It's the exact same dodge animation. All of these games have it. I don't know why, but it's I guess it's just a working, you know, like a ground floor to work off of. I will say, and it's one of the main things that bothered me while watching the trailer, is that this straight up looks like they're just trying to rip off Project Mugen, and I know that game isn't out yet, and there's a bunch of comparisons that can be made to like Zenless and Zero here, but legitimately, these devs just look like they're trying to take different aspects and then throw it into here, which I don't think is a bad idea necessarily, and you know, I'm becoming a game developer myself. But it's very concerning when they literally cannot come up with anything original. This is the same backpack icon in the exact same task icon in the exact same inventory icon as the other games. Like, there's so many aspects of this that are just like shamelessly ripping off. And this just, to me, looks like a downgrade of like something like Project Mugen, for example. Like, this legit just feels like Project Mugen, but like Project Mugen 0.5. Like this was the alpha version of Project Mugen. That's what it feels like. Now, obviously, we do have some, you know, gameplay here to actually like, look at. Again, not anything crazy. They're copying the same gameplay as like Zenless Project Mugen. Like, well, actually, I don't know too much about Project Mugen, so that's not really fair. But they're copying the same gameplay. In terms of like how the mechanics work clearly, and the animations, right? And to be fair, I do think the animations are like decent enough. right? But they're not anything
那扇红门
crazy
可
for
能就
like
是
the
关
whole
键。
animation there.
校园观光该结束了。
But like this game looks more confusing than any of the other ones. Like I don't even know what's going on, and I don't want to make the video like too long, which is why I'm skipping through this. But I will say, at least you can drive cars in this game. That I think is pretty cool. I don't know if they're trying to make it like anime GTA, but at least there's cars. I actually think this is pretty cool, because none of the other games have mounts or like any other. Well, I guess Mugen does, but they don't really have like alternate traversal, right? Sure, you can see like what does with certain echoes, but that's not really good, and it's generally jank. But this is something very interesting. But I'm just gonna reiterate. It again just looks like they are trying to copy like Mugen and other various games and just release it. I wouldn't say before them. Power Move if they can do that, but I don't think it's gonna be anything of quality. But like, yeah, you
So
can
you've been
upgrade
interested in
car. Oh
recent
my
cars,
god,
and if you wanna
dude!
get a
I don't
major
want
check
ads.
like this right here. Here's what
It looks like you can upgrade your car and stuff too. That's great. But yeah, I don't really. I mean, apart from saying it looks like they completely copied everything, I don't really have anything to say. That's really my only concern. Like, I do think some elements here are really cool, like the fact that you can go inside buildings, right? The fact that there are vehicles. I think that is really cool stuff and has potential for a game. But visually,
欢迎回家。我是
visually
伊登公
and
寓为您
like
配备的私人管家。
actually purely visually
海特洛世
and
家
from
政
what I've seen in the gameplay, I don't think it's gonna be that good, right? I do think this is something to look forward to see how it goes. However, again, I'm very concerned by the fact that it's Tower Fantasy, Tower Fantasy developers, and this guy down here agrees, snatching up Project Mugen fan base before the fan base is even formed, right? Zinless Wuthering Grand Theft Auto Wave Zero looks amazing. Yeah, like again, like I don't really know what to say past that, right? Let me know what your guys' thoughts down in the comments are. My only thoughts are a lot of concern because of how bad TOF is. I don't think they can bring it up. And the number one thing I would improve from this is the visuals, because I don't think the visuals are good. They look bad. It looks like a PS3 era game, to be honest with you. We're on like PS5 now, so just to give you a frame of reference, like the visuals do not look good. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. Don't forget to like, subscribe, dislike if you dislike, check me out on Twitch, all that stuff. Who's looking forward to this game? Me, not really, purely because the devs and everything looks copy and paste, but yeah, see you guys in the next one.